Hey, Mama, welcome to Flourish with Amanda Trojan, the podcast for Christian medical moms who are carrying a lot, but are called to even more. I'm Amanda, mindset coach, medical mama, and your go-to girl for faith-based encouragement and practical tools to help you renew your mind, reclaim your peace, and walk boldly in your God-given purpose, even in the middle of the mess. Let's get into today's episode. Hey, beautiful friend. Welcome back to Flourish with Amanda Trojan, the podcast for medical moms who are holding it all together with prayer, persistence, and let's be honest, maybe a little bit of dry shampoo in there too. I don't know. This space is for you. The mom who loves deeply, gives endlessly, and wonders sometimes if there's anything left for her at the end of the day. And today, we're talking about something sacred: hope. No, not the fluffy Pinterest quote hope, but the real, gritty, blood-bought Jesus kind of hope. Can I get a hallelujah? Because I want you to hear this loud and clear, sis. You are not too far gone. Your story is not too complicated. And God has so much more ahead for you, even if right now it just feels like you're barely making it. Let's start here, okay? You don't have to pretend it's all okay. For so many of us medical moms, it's so easy to walk around pretending that everything's okay in our world. It's that strength thing again we talked about a couple episodes ago. We have to be strong. It's going to be okay. It has to be okay. But let's be real and let's name the fear, because God knows that it's there. We know it's there. God knows it's there. So let's be bold enough to name the things out loud that so many of us medical mamas carry in silence. The things like, oh gosh, the thought of, what if I'm not enough for my child, for our family, or for this calling as a medical mom? Or the thought of, what if things never get easier? Or what if I've already missed my chance to grow, to heal, to become more than just the caretaker? I've been there, and sometimes I still find myself back there. You know, those random Tuesdays between therapy appointments, school pickups, all of the things. But you know, if there's anything that I have learned along this journey, it's that God's not afraid of your fear or my fear. And he's not overwhelmed by the doubts that we have. And this was kind of the game changer for me, is that he doesn't see you and me as broken. He sees us as becoming. So here's the shift, right? Because we can have this one way of thinking where we can be in the what ifs and head down that negative path, or we can choose to shift our minds and to start co-creating a new vision with God. Remember, God said, there's a proverb and it says, without vision, the people perish. What if, instead of asking, what if it all goes wrong? What if negative? What if negative? What if Raphael gets sick? What if surgery gets pushed back again? What if we started asking ourselves, what if this turns out better than I could imagine? And instead of going, why me, God? Gosh, this was me for so long. Why, God, why me? Why am I going through this? Why am I dealing with this diagnosis? Why am I living in a hospital for 8 months? Why, when my friends, they all got to have typical kids? Why me? But when I switched it and I shifted my thinking to, okay, God, what are you doing in me? in this. You know, we have this thought and this belief that now we're just caregivers. Even, I hear it from moms of typical kids that don't have medically complex kids. We go, well, I'm just a mom, or I'm just a girl, right? That's a No Doubt song. I'm just a girl. I'm not a good singer, so don't come at me, friends. But we have these beliefs like I'm just a blank. I'm just a caregiver. I'm just a mom. But we're not just those things. We are co-creators with the King of the universe. Think about that for a second. We are a co-creator with the King of the universe, and God invites us. He's literally extending his hand to invite you to partner with him to write a new vision for your future, one that has peace, presence, and purpose. And I want to say this too, because when I first started making the shifts, I started thinking like, I gotta know it all. I still do this. And I want to say this, you don't have to have every step figured out along the way. You won't. There are some things that we will never know, that we will never have the answers to. And if we wait to have every step figured out, we're never going to move, right? But we can, and we do get to choose to lift our eyes above all of the chaos and the complexities of medical motherhood and ask, okay, God, what are you dreaming for me? God, what are you dreaming for me? Show me the vision that you have for my life, God. Show me my purpose throughout all of this, God. And those questions right there, that is exactly where vision starts. And if you're new here, I teach something called the Flourish Framework. And this is a 5-part journey from survival mode to sustainable peace and spirit-led strength. And this week, we're going to wrap up with a focus on that 5th part, which is sow. Now, when you think about sowing, right, it's about sowing seeds. Sowing is about living forward, planting seeds of peace, of purpose, and presence, even when life still feels messy. Maybe it looks like it's a vision for starting your day with calm instead of chaos. Maybe it's praying over your child's future with a new kind of confidence. Or maybe it's allowing yourself to believe that you still have a future too, not just your child. So I want to give you 3 gentle action steps that you can take today. And when you hear these, I want you to not just hear the steps. I don't even want you just to write them down. I want you to take them. Take these steps in faith. Tony Robbins says, never leave the site of a decision without action, something like that. Meaning that if you are challenged to do something, do it, act on it. You have a decision to make, act on it. So the first of the 3 action steps is number 1, pause. Just pause and ask God for vision. You can ask a simple question like, God, what do you want me to believe is possible for this next season of life? And don't overthink it. Just write down what you hear, whether it's audible, glory to God, whether you hear just a still small voice, or you have this feeling in your heart. Maybe your heart starts to beat a little faster. You start to feel that hope again. You get butterflies in your stomach. Write it down. And after you've paused and asked God for vision, the second step is to speak life over yourself. Every time you catch yourself thinking, I'm too tired, I'm too late, I'm too stuck, replace it with something like this. Look, I'm still here. I'm still growing. I still matter. I shared on my mentor's podcast, Rewire Your Mind. I said, it's not enough to just rewire your mind. We as Christians have to be able to rewire our tongues as well, because there is power of life and death in our tongue. And those who speak of it will eat the fruit, right? And so we have to be able to speak life. I'm still here. I'm still growing. I still matter. So now we've paused, we've asked God for vision, and then you have decided that you were going to speak life over yourself. The third and last step is to choose one tiny act of hope. Maybe it's lighting a scented candle during nap time. For my trach mamas out there, you already know we can't even do all that. But maybe you can put on your diffuser with some lavender and lemon essential oil, and you could practice just breathing deep. Maybe it's texting a friend, someone that you are close with. I know I am so thankful for my Trisomy Mom community that I have friends that I can text and I'm like, I'm not okay. Today, I am not okay. Or when I'm randomly up, like the last time we had to take Raphael to the hospital, and I got home, it was like 2 a.m. I knew that my girl was up, and I messaged her and I said, we just got back from taking Raphael to the hospital. And I knew she was up. Or maybe it's listening to this podcast or going on a walk while you listen to the podcast instead of just mindlessly scrolling through Instagram. It's so easy to do, right? But whatever it is that you choose, that one tiny act of hope, let it be a seed. Because I promise you, your soul, your spirit will thank you later. And listen, if this episode hit your heart in all those tender places, I got something just for you, sis. The Calm the Chaos Roadmap is a completely free resource that I created for medical moms just like us who want to feel more calm, more grounded, and more in control, even in the middle of the mess. It's gentle, powerful, and totally doable, even if you're running on empty. And the resources and tools that I teach in that roadmap are the same tools that I use every single day. And you can grab it at the link in the show notes or just hit me up on Instagram and DM me the word roadmap and I'll send it your way. And listen, don't keep this encouragement to yourself. If you know another mama who needs just a little light in her week, would you share this episode with her? Let's remind each other, hope is not canceled. They can cancel a whole bunch of stuff out there, but they cannot cancel hope. God is not done. And our future still holds beauty, even if it looks different than what we imagined. I love you, friend. I'm cheering you on. Keep showing up, keep hoping, and keep flourishing. I'll see you next week. Sis, if this episode blessed you, would you do me a favor? Screenshot it, share it to your stories, and tag me on Instagram at Flourish with Amanda so that I can cheer you on. And if you haven't already, grab your free Calm the Chaos Roadmap. It's my gift to help you reset your mind and to breathe again when life feels like a lot. The link is in the show notes or just DM me the word roadmap on Instagram and I'll send it straight to you. Until next time, keep showing up, keep surrendering, and never forget you were made to flourish.